So now they have decided to give education. Now I've initiated all, you go and see any government school from first class to after 5 years only we are giving education. So how come people are going nursery, LKG, UKG, whoever is political executive officers of IAS, anyone, they are sending their kids to nursery at 2.5 years age, LKG, UKG and everything. Then you are going to come in first class. So government is not providing that nursery, UKG, LKG and UKG. First class, these 3 years people are going in private school. Those people are not coming to government schools. Sir, I wanted to tell one thing I wanted to share with my audience. I have 27,000 government schools and 18 lakh students are there. Whereas in private, 12,000 schools are there. They have 35 lakh students. So our teachers are well qualified. They have done MA, BEd or PhD or anything. But every class we used to see 2, 3, 4, 5 students. Why? Because nursery, LKG and UKG is important in those poorest of the poor people life. Now I have changed my education policy. Today I am giving free education from nursery to 12th class. With breakfast, with lunch. Why? Because these poor people are going for work in the early morning. They cannot feed their kids to breakfast, everything. If government is going to provide breakfast, happily they used to send. Now I have decided to give transportation. What is the private school success story? They pick you, your boy from your house. They take and they drop you at your house. This is the one of the success story of private schools. Now I have decided to give free ride for my poorest of the poor students. We are going to pick those students from their house. We are going to give breakfast. We are going to give lunch. Late in the evening also I'm discussing with some of the corporate companies to give CSR funds to appoint tutor in the evening in those schools, whoever is wanted to pick up their language or subject. So this year I have increased 1 lakh students in my government schools. So these are the areas. Earlier we don't have transportation facilities. That is why we have started schools, single teacher schools in Tandas, Guda, remote area. Today transportation is there. That is outdated model. You have to create a cluster. So I have told my people, 27,000 schools, whatever I have in the, reduce up to 4,000 schools from nursery to 12th class. We will provide transportation. We will give you breakfast and lunch and everything. That is going to give you a result. Single teacher, if he is having 2, 3 students from first class, 2 students, second class, 3 students, fourth class, 2, put together 10 students in up to 5 classes. How come he is going to teach them? That is why I have told, rationalize. 30 students in each class. Every subject teacher has to be there. And we wanted to adopt technology and we have appointed Khan Academy, other important academies to teach my students and my teachers. All these years we have seen IAS officer used to travel abroad to study tours. This year I have sent my teacher, 100 teachers to abroad to study education system. They have come back. I have sponsored. 4 months they have taken Philippines and where the basic education is good. Now I wanted to send 200 teachers to Singapore to study the entire thing.
There are excellent public government schools there.
Yes, sir. That is why I wanted to send my teachers to study that government infrastructure. They can inspire. So all these years, all government used to send only IAS officer to study abroad and learn something. And once they come back, we transfer to other department.
Now, there are many more questions that could be asked and people are eager because last year you were very good on virtual.
Sir. I was on virtual, sir. Session. I don't know it is very good or not.
People really appreciated it.
Thank you, sir.
It was very lively. But before I do that, you face 2 challenges.
Sir.
I'm not going to ask you to comment on quotes frustrating some of your schemes.
Sir.
That can be settled. But the financial constraint, I also know that you are confident about winning the next assembly election.
Yes, sir.
I know that from various friends. So I'm not going to ask you about that. But the financial constraints, all opposition states, other than Odisha, I think was an exception, so surplus revenues, have faced this problem, and that will be your biggest challenge.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
In your new term.
Yes, sir. Sir, my point is that he has borrowed at the rate of 11%, 11.5%, with shortest tenure, 10 years, 12 years. So I have restarted negotiations with all those banks and the Government of India. I'm doing my debt restructure. If I run my company, if I'm CEO of any company, I have to try to understand what is my problem, the biggest problem. My biggest problem is that he has borrowed highest rate of interest, 11.5%, where I can get 7.5% or 8%. That is one. Second, with the tenure of 10 years, 12 years, instead of 10 years or 12 years, if I'm going to expand up to 20, 25 years, if I try to reduce my rate of interest, if my tenure is longer, I can get some facility. So last year I have done 26,000 crores. This year my target is 50,000 crores. Because of that 26,000 crores, I'm getting 4,000 crores per annum additional funds. So this year my target is 50,000 crores. So 2 lakh crores if I do debt restructure with lesser interest, with longer tenure. So the way I cannot charge more, but I can do this debt restructure. This is one. Second thing, GST, there are 100 flaws. Government of India, states are never focused on GST. So now I have appointed Arvind Subramaniam as a consultant, who
Yes.
financial expert.
Yes.
Now he is my advisor to GST. Only 3 youngsters are doing the job. So last 7-8 years, I have never crossed to 3,500 crores per month GST. Last 4 months, I have crossed 4,000 above. Last month, I got 1,100 crores additional. The only just 6 months, I got 5,000 crores additional money from GST. These are, I have not increased any percentage of tax. But where the leakages are there, the fraud is there. So we are trying to tighten all those. So that is how we are improving our resources.
And you also have to fight with the union government to get your...
Yeah, anyway, opposition has to fight. That is the part of our life. Every day I used to brush, I used to fight. It is like brushing your own teeth. You need to fight against the Government of India. There is a discrimination, I need not to tell.
Yes.
So I used to attract investments, 99%. The 1% is Government of India approval. They used to say, you go and invest in Gujarat, then you will get all permissions. That is what I am facing today. So they are not doing any homework. If I do some homework, if other chief minister, opposition chief minister is working hard, who is attracting their investment, the final Government of India is saying that you go and invest there. This is the new phenomenon.
Now, we have close to 10 minutes for questions. Please do not go into a long explanation of the questions. Short questions to the Chief Minister, who is a distinctive Chief Minister, who is very articulate, who is energetic, and who's been able to make a big difference in his state. Entering this particular slot quite late and making rapid progress with many ideas for reform and restructuring. So please ask your questions brief.
Mr. Revanth Reddy, good afternoon. It's been a very interesting session, and it's good to see such a dynamic young Chief Minister.
Question.
Yeah, I know you're very good friends with our Chief Minister, and you're from the same party. Will you go easy and stop attracting investments to your state and your capital rather than from Bangalore? I know you said it's China plus one is Telangana, but Bangalore has its climate. Apart from that, would you go easy now?
Same team used to play friendly matches, no? So I have to play friendly match with my neighboring state.
Next question, please. I'm told we have only 5 minutes.
Sir, I'm very happy to hear